And it has been quite an extraordinary few weeks for you. You might just talk us through them.
Yeah, well, it started off at Cheltenham, and we had plans going over that if we could finish in the first three, it'd be a great run again. And next, On the Fringe goes out and he wins by 17 lengths, and that kind of set the ball rolling. And then Gilgamboa goes to Fairy House for the Ryanair Grade 1, and again, it looked a good race on paper. We were hoping for a nice run, but I didn't dream he was going to win it. But I must say the man on board made a big difference as well. And then on to Aintree, and that was the biggest thrill of all for me, the round of jumping that On the Fringe put in there, and the ride that Nina gave him was just second to none. It's always in the back of your head. I think all the trainers were the same. Was Cheltenham going to take it out of him? But he won with a lot in hand, and came home in great nick as well. So we're looking forward to Punchestown now with him.
Yeah, it would be an extraordinary achievement to complete that hat-trick, Enda.
Yeah, I think it's not impossible. He's already won that race at Punchestown 3 times. He loves the track. He won't mind the better ground. And as I say, he's bouncing form since Aintree, so it hasn't left any mark on him.
If he was to win that, he'd certainly deserve a long summer off.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know, I suppose the plan would be try to repeat the thing again next year. He's 10, but he just seems to be getting better with age.
You mentioned Gilgamboa winning the Ryanair Gold Cup, and it was terrific that, as it turns out, it was AP's last winner in Ireland, and what a way to go out.
Oh, without a doubt. And I mean, the ride he gave him, the way he rode him down to the last fence, it was just a really fearless ride, and grit and determination, and I don't think that too many people would have got him up on the day. And for me, for AP to ride a winner for me, he had never done it before. It was a great day for everyone, yeah.
It was, and it was particularly good on the basis that you've had such a long and close association with Mr. McManus. It was a special day for you all.
Oh, without a doubt, and because of Mr. McManus I'm here, and I'm so grateful to the McManus family to keep supplying me with horses for the cross-country races, and also with Gilgamboa. So we're really looking forward to next year with him for the 3-mile chases, and you know, if he keeps improving the way he is, who knows where he'll end up, you know.
You were saying that 3 miles on a bit of soft ground will be right up his alley.
Oh, that's him, yeah, and I even think he'll get further as well. But it's the way he minds himself, and he looks great after every race. So it's not taking a whole lot out of him, but he definitely is ground dependent. Though he likes the deeper the better.
And you might just tell us a little bit about Gilgamboa, where he got his name from, because you've a close association with Bruce Springsteen. You'd be very, very good friends with himself and his wife, Patti Scialfa. Tell us a little bit about where you got the name from.
Well, Kieran McManus bred Gilgamboa, and Kieran is a Bruce Springsteen fan, but Bruce's right-hand man and his minder is Gilgamboa, so we're all very friendly with him. And there was one night Kieran just asked me, would we ask Gil, could we name a horse after him? And the horse Gilgamboa was shown plenty as a 4-year-old, so we knew he was good, and it doesn't normally work out that way. And Gilgamboa, the man, was more than happy to have a horse called after him. So it's been a great story, and he keeps in touch with him on the internet and stuff, and so hopefully someday we'd love to get him to see him in real life.
It's not the first time you've been connected with a big celebrity. You also were obviously closely associated with Sean Connery, and through Risk of Thunder, and what an amazing horse he turned out to be. Would you mind tell us a little bit about that association as well?
Yeah, Dermot Desmond, JP's friend, invited Sean Connery to come to Punchestown one day, and we were lucky to have a winner on the day, and Sean Connery led the horse into the winner's enclosure, and we went and we had dinner afterwards, and we all just had a discussion that maybe he'd like to have a horse for Punchestown next year, and so I was given the order to go out and get him something. So there was a horse won that day called Risk of Thunder, and I just said to the people that this is the horse we should get, and luckily it was for sale, and it was just one of the best buys ever, because this horse won the Latu 7 times, twice for the previous trainer Noreen Hayes, and five for us. And he was just a great horse to have. He's alive and kicking well in Martinstown at the moment, and I think he really put the cross-country races back on the map as well with his flamboyant jumping.
You were saying himself and Istabrack are great old buddies down there. The pair of them have a fair few years racked up between them at this stage, Enda.
Oh, they have, yes, and you know, they're so well looked after. They're put on the walker every morning. They keep them in trim. They're just not chucked out in the field. And yeah, they're great buddies, and they go to a lot of the race meetings together if they have the parade and stuff. So no, they've found a great retirement home.
And anybody who comes down here to your setup here in County Limerick cannot be but impressed with, you know, the range of banks and fences that you have. Can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been here and how long it has taken you to develop it to this point?
Yeah, well, we've been here since the late 80s, and you know, we've been always trying to develop and trying to improve things, and it takes a lot of time and money, and every time I got a few quid I just invested into a gallop or into new jumps or whatever, and you know, nearly 20 years later this is the end result, and it's very horse friendly, and I've great neighbours around here as well, and it's a very, you know, homely place, and it's been lucky for the horses, so you know, it's a good place to be.
You yourself were a very accomplished rider, and you have a lot of probably some of the best riders that this country has ever seen have come through your yards here. The likes of Derek O'Connor and Nina Carber. You've had some really brilliant horse people have come through here.
Yeah, they like coming down for the schooling. Yeah, Ruby was here when he was 18 and 19 for a season as well, and when he was an amateur. And I think, like any young guy, if you want to get on, you got to get the schooling into them, and that's what they come here for. I like watching them, the horses jump, and like watching the guys riding them, and everyone gets a chance. And you know, it's the cream comes to the top in the end. But having said that, they all work hard, and it's early mornings, and I'm more than happy then to see people go on and doing well later on.
Do you get a chance to, I suppose, do you enjoy your successes? And I mean, a lot of people are so hard driven that it's hard to kind of take time out to actually look at it. Will you, over the course of the summer, take time out and say, okay, let's take out the videos and have a look at On the Fringe and how good he was, and Gil Gamboa winning his Grade 1? Do you actually have time, or is there an opportunity to kind of reflect on past glories?
No, I normally look up and see where Springsteen is playing. So, no, I don't really. Maybe times when I was riding, I try to improve and stuff like that. But no, it's planning for next year now is the thing. You know, and we've some lovely horses to come on for next year, and it's looking forward to them. But no, I don't play golf, and I don't follow Man United. So, and I've this place here to keep me busy, keeping all the hedges and things in trim. So, that'll be my summer.
You mentioned going to follow Springsteen. You might just tell us a little bit about your association with Jessica Springsteen, who in her own right has become a very accomplished horsewoman.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know, I've known her since she was 5 or 6, and then happened to be on hand at the RDS last year to see her win the Aga Khan Trophy was just something else, and jumped 2 clear rounds in the Aga Khan Trophy for anyone's CV. That's the best you can be. And I mean, this girl is going to be around for a good while, and she's a great eye for a stride, and the horses go well for her, and it's just great to be part of it, yeah.